Boom.
Bingo.
Bang.
Bongo.
We're here.
Hello.
Episode 88, my brother.
Let's go.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here as always.
Good week.
Good week
this week.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Doing not too shabby, as some would say.
Not too shabby.
This week was obviously a ton of shit going on, but start off the week with Super Bowl. How was your Super Bowl?
Super Bowl was good. I was actually driving through most of it, but I watched it on my phone. I listened to it a lot. It didn't go the way I thought it would. Like, it was a very defensive game in the beginning.
It was a very defensive game, but shout out to you for kind of predicting the outcome.
Kind of.
Low-key.
Halfway.
Low-key.
He didn't propose, but the Chiefs did win.
The Chiefs did win.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't propose, honestly.
Did you end up putting money on that game?
Hell no.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after just hearing you talk about it, and then obviously I was listening to a couple other things throughout the week, and I was like, damn, I think the Chiefs really are going to take this game. Not even gonna lie, at halftime, bro, I was so glad I didn't put money on it because I was like, 49ers got this.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the 49ers were the better team all around. Like, when the game first started, there was like multiple turnovers that happened. Like, before anyone even scored a point, there was like 2 fumbles or whatever it was. And the 49ers, bro, just looked like a powerhouse out there. Mm-hmm. But you can't ever count out Patty Mahomes, man.
That's so annoying, too. He's so good.
It is really annoying, but you also, you got to take Travis Kelce out of the game, which they did in the first half.
Yeah.
How
do you feel about him pushing coach?
That was wild, bro.
But how do you feel about it? Like, do you feel any different way about Travis?
I've already kind of felt a certain way about him just because of his character and the way that he acts sometimes off the field anyway. Yeah. I think that if that was any other player, he would have been benched for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know really the whole context of it. I think he wasn't on the field for that fumble, so he was kind of like taking some of the blame and kind of just like, was upset that he wasn't there to kind of help that play not happen or whatever. But the dude's a competitor. You know what I mean? When you're in the Super Bowl, I understand the heat of the moment and getting all mad, but I always thought that it was kind of off limits to go up and like chest bump your coach, especially when your coach is Andy Reid and he's kind of a legend and he's kind of like, he's not a super like healthy dude, I guess, And,
he's old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, dude, you don't want to. Now, if he were to have knocked Andy Reid on the ground,
that probably would have been a bigger
that would
issue.
have
because he probably would have broke a couple things.
Could you imagine, bro?
I don't think it's as significant as people are making it out to be.
I don't think so either. And you never know, like, if Andy Reid maybe did something deliberately to kind of frustrate Travis in that moment. But, I mean, dude, you're in the Super Bowl. This is your head coach. Like, you can't go up to him and just fucking
scream at him.
And like, the whole world is watching. It's not like it's just a normal Sunday football,
It's like a show of character.
100% for sure. And I think that it was a low moment for Travis Kelce. I don't think he's probably too proud of that moment. But I can only, dude, I mean, me and you've never played in a Super Bowl. I can only imagine the emotions that are running, especially when you're dating fucking the biggest superstar of all time. And she's sitting there and, to be honest, like the Super Bowl headline was kind of always Travis and Taylor. Like it wasn't even really about like the fucking game and who was in it, So I understand the pressure. I kind of feel for Travis Kelce in that moment, just a lot of emotions, probably maybe lost his cool a little bit, maybe threw his chest out a little bit too hard than he should have. And you never know if maybe he just meant to go over there and kind of just like say some words to him or whatever. But I don't know which player it was, but whatever player came and grabbed Travis and kind of took him out of that situation, man, kudos to that guy.
Yeah.
If I were Travis, I'd be thanking him like a motherfucker in the locker room.
You never know what could have happened.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you never want to show your ass like on live television like that, bro.
Biggest fucking
the biggest stage, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, hectic week. Super Bowl was fun. This is like the first year in like the last I want to say, a while that I didn't go to a Super Bowl party. I didn't go out and like, get trashed with the boys or do something. I just stayed at my dad's house, bro. Just me and my dad and my grandpa just like watching it and, chilling in the garage, just watching the game. And it was kind of fun just have like a little, guys night. And obviously, I don't know why they still do it on Sunday night, but we've got to work on Monday at fucking 5 a.m.
That shit's terrible.
It makes no sense to me why they have the Super Bowl on Sunday, but Super Bowl Sunday, you know what I mean? Got to go with the name, I guess. But yeah, should we jump into the win of the week?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I think it's your turn.
Is it?
I think so.
That's right. You went first last week.
Yes, sir.
My win of the week, I'm keeping it simple. My win of the week, man, is a solid hot tub.
Hot tub, okay.
I don't know why, but I just love hot tubs. Like, and I've always kind of been one of those guys where if I'm going up to the mountains or if I'm, if it's freezing cold outside, like the only thing that's going to actually get me out there is a damn good hot tub.
Yeah.
If I'm if I'm going like up to, like there's been multiple times, you know, we've gone to Asheville, we've gone to Gatlinburg and all these other places that are freezing cold in the winter. I got to have a hot tub. Mm-hmm. It just makes it so much more. It feels so good. And I know some people are some people see the hot tub as like a, what's it called? Like, you know, it's nasty. Like it's kind of like there's tons of germs or whatever. Yeah. If you're comfortable swimming in a damn pool
where people piss
in it, like I'm fine getting in a damn hot tub.
And then it's hot. I mean? It kills the germs, right?
Right, exactly. No, it feels so good, bro. I've always been one of those guys where I could give a fuck less about, which I am kind of minor germaphobe. Yeah. For the people that know me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sharing food with nobody. Right, I'm not like going the extra mile and doing this and that just in whatever. But for sure, a good hot tub, I can kind of push all that to the side.
Because on a cold day, like even here, I never feel like warmed up until I at least take a hot ass shower. Like I have to like be in hot water to warm up. So like a hot tub just really brings you to life.
100%. And I was in a hot tub, I think it was like 3 nights ago. And dude, it was like the perfect weather for it too. It was like a cool,
chilly.
And it's funny because when you're in like being in Florida, you know, we don't really get days where it's cold enough for you to get in a hot tub and really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But like, dude, it was like 42 degrees outside. You know, 10:30 at night.
One day it's cold in Florida. Get in the hot tub.
I was like, gotta get that hot tub, bro. Like, if you own a hot tub in Florida, you're kind of wasting your money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just gonna be running it all the time for no reason.
Just take a shower.
Just take a shower.
Take a bath.
But no, if I lived anywhere that it was freezing cold, I'd have to have a hot tub. But this week, just getting in it like midweek, bro, and also recovery. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it is, but like if you go to the gym, you've had a super hard workout or whatever it is, man, sit in a hot tub, your muscles just feel so relaxed.
You like sitting in saunas?
I do, but I'm trying to put on weight. So it's like for me, I haven't done it in a while and there's really no point for me to do it. Yeah. I used to do it quite a bit, like just to like detox or, you know,
sweat it
out kind of thing. Yeah. And they definitely work. I will say that. You know,
I like saunas before I work out. I feel like that's my warm up.
You know, one thing I wanted to ask you about was, oh no, for sure. That's actually a really good point, but you can't be in there too long. Like you'll get exhausted. If you're in there like more than 10 minutes, bro, you're going to be dead.
It's quick 5 minutes. I'm out.
What about ice bath? Have you ever gone on the ice bath thing?
I've done it, I think, one time. No, I didn't. You know, you remember the ALS bucket challenge, bucket challenge? I did that. I didn't do no fucking ice bath, but I definitely did dump a bucket of ice water.
And that's tough too.
Ooh, that shit's terrible.
I think the hardest part about like an ice bath or the ALS challenge or whatever it is afterwards just being in the air with your body freezing cold like that. Gosh. You know, I think I've never done the ice bath thing. I've actually really been wanting to get into it recently. Mm-hmm. All the benefits are crazy, bro. And I've done the cold shower thing quite a bit. Like throughout this past like 2 weeks, you know, I've been trying to like, you know, get my mind right, mental health, things like that. Just kind of focus on myself a little bit more. And dude, like just the cold shower thing is a huge plus for me. Like it always makes me feel better whenever I get out of it. Now, when I'm in it and washing your hair, bro, in the freezing cold water, like it is not fun whatsoever. But it is kind of nice whenever, you know, if I'm like, you know, once I get out of the cold shower, you kind of feel like a mental reset. Mm-hmm. And it kind of gives you energy. I'm not going to lie. Like you get out, like I don't feel like I need a Red Bull or a coffee or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think one day me and you should try the ice bath. Yeah. The ice bucket thing, man. I think that'd be really fun. Like they even have the ice barrels now.
Yeah.
So you can like kind of just like crouch down in the barrel and you're like in it. See, I think it'd be fun to see who can go for longer.
It's like a mental thing.
It is for sure. And I see guys like Joe Rogan and stuff doing it. And I'm like, dude, and even them, bro, it's like 10 minutes and they're done, bro. Like they cannot go any longer. So I think that'd be cool for us to give that a shot one day.
Let's do it. You want to hear my win of the week?
I would love to.
It's not as drawn out as that. But okay, so after a long, hard day at work, you know, you're on the way home, stop at Publix. Get you some Publix sweet tea, man.
Dude.
Publix sweet tea is like...
Dude, actually, hold on. That's a legendary one.
That's the best sweet tea in Florida, I think.
Oh, that's the best sweet tea anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
I will say Chick-fil-A, close competitor.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of like...
They probably use Publix sweet tea.
Yeah.
This shit is good.
It's so fucking good. And it's got like that perfect amount of sweetness. Like it's very easy to make sweet tea too sweet.
McDonald's for
sure. But... for some reason, man, like Publix sweet tea is just always on the money, and you can taste like it's real tea for sure,
tea.
bro.
You can taste the tea,
100%, and that's a good win of the week, brother. I mean,
either that or those Publix sugar cookies with the sprinkles.
What about Publix chocolate chip?
I mean, yeah, but the sugar cookies.
Oh, dude, I'm chocolate chip all day. Dude,
crazy.
I'm even peanut butter before sugar. Like I like the sugar cookies, but dude, I'm chocolate chip and peanut butter are kind of neck and neck.
You ever had their red velvet mini cupcakes?
No.
Crazy. Shout out Publix. I love everything you're doing.
For the people that live up north and don't know about Publix, man, if you're ever in the South or you're especially in Florida, like you got to hit a Publix. It's a whole experience. And now they've got those other Publixes where it's like some of them will be just a normal grocery store, but then other ones
they have a bar upstairs and cornhole. Like what the fuck? Like I thought I was going to the store.
The one by your house is actually pretty sweet, man.
Nice.
So I go in there like all the time, and they've got like a full. It's not just a like pub substation, but it's like a whole like pub sub kitchen, bro. Like restaurant. You can go upstairs and eat. It's got like the sky deck area where you're up there eating. You can kind of watch everybody shop and stuff.
Weird.
It's pretty cool. I think it's dope. And then the bar, like you were mentioning, I don't know that I'd want to actually go and like, pre-game for the bars at Publix or anything like that. But, it's definitely a cool experience. I like how Publix is kind of turning it into like something.
An experience.
An experience kind of, and there's tons of places like that. Like Buc-ee's is another one. I believe that's kind of like only in the South as well.
I think that's a South thing.
And, it's just one of those things, bro, where it's like you go to Buc-ee's for the experience. You don't actually go there just to get gas or just to get like, some Reese's or something inside. It's like you go in there because it's
at least a 30-minute trip every time. It's just crazy. I get lost in there.
It's funny because my mom had never been to Buc-ee's.
Really?
So this is like maybe, I want to say like maybe a month or two ago. My mom was like dying to go to Buc-ee's, man. And she lives like out of the beaches, so it's kind of for her. It's kind of a hike to go out to Buc-ee's and see it. You're right down the street from it, and it was cool too because she made a day out of it, right? Like so, she woke up early, came over to my house, we had some breakfast, and then we went to Buc-ee's. And dude, we were in there. She was in awe the whole time. It's like she had to take a picture with the mascot. You know what I mean? She had to like get a Buc-ee's souvenir cup that looks like the little beaver or whatever it is. So it's cool, man. I like how places like that can kind of go all out and make it dope. But good one of the week, brother. Publix sweet tea. I mean, if you know, you know.
Yes, sir.
Right? I mean, if you know, you know. Mm-hmm. Another thing that I want to talk about that I almost forgot. Big change this week for me.
Yes.
No more man bun.
Yes. That is crazy.
So the people didn't, dude, I'd been growing that man bun out for a while.
What was the reason? Why did you switch it up?
Multiple reasons. Okay. I'm not going to list every single reason out, but basically, I wasn't even really the one that wanted the man bun to begin with. It was like more so, significant other people, you know what I mean? Like there was people that wanted me to give it a shot and see if I liked it or whatever. And I did. I thought that I fucked with it. I thought that it wasn't really that big a deal. It was just it was difficult to maintain. Like I've had short hair my whole life, you know what I mean? And for the most part, like I've always had, it was pretty short. Like, I never really had like the long hair thing. I did for a few months whenever I was younger and stuff. But I've kind of always had like the short hair, like, 1-2 fade on the side and then like maybe a 4 or 5 on top. And that was just kind of how I had my hair. And I'm always wearing a hat anyway, so I could really care less. But dude, getting out of the shower and having to spend like 10 minutes just dry, because I don't have a hair dryer.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to own a fucking hair dryer. You know what I mean? So dude, me getting out of the shower and having to spend like 10, 15 minutes just sitting there drying my fucking hair with the towel.
It's still not dry.
You're still not dry. Yeah. Then you're sitting there shaking your fucking head, just trying to like get all the water out. You end up being late for shit. You end up, what would kill me too is like, I'd spend all that time getting my hair dry and then I'd put it in a bun. Because it's like, dude, when it was down, it was just like a fucking rat's nest, dude. I was like, I'm not wearing this shit down. You know what I mean? It's either a bun or nothing.
Yeah.
And so I'd put in a bun, and then it'd be like, 5-6 hours later, and I go to take it out the bun or fix it, do whatever if it gets messed up. And my hair's still soaking wet.
That's terrible.
And so I'm just like, I got to a point, bro, where I was like, I'm just tired of maintaining this shit. And, you got to go back to your roots eventually, bro. Like, it was cool, and I'm really glad that I did it. And I think it was dope for the pod too, especially since you had the mullet not that long ago. So it was like, you cut your hair, I'm gonna grow mine out. So one of us has the long hair on the pod. But no, man, we had to clean it up a little bit. It's time to switch it up.
Make some changes.
100%, dude. And no, one last thing that I wanted to mention is sponsorships are now open.
Yes, sir.
So this is something that me and you've been working on for quite some time. Tons of brands have been reaching out, trying to work with us, do something where it's just, get there. People, I think, realize that our audience loves and trusts us with a lot of things. So we have a ton of loyal listeners, not just in Jacksonville, but all over the fucking country, all over the world, honestly. And I think that it'd be great for us to like choose specific brands to work with and push their agenda, just like we're pushing our own agenda. And one thing that I think is really interesting is about the way that we're doing this new structure is now brands, people, whoever it is, they can sponsor specific segments as well. So, for example, Win of the Week, sponsored by da-da-da. Joey's Top 3, sponsored by da-da-da. The OG Sessions Patreon, sponsored by da-da-da. You know what I mean? You can even sponsor an entire episode if you want to. So we're just trying to make it so that brands can easily work with us and also have price points available for everybody.
Right.
Because not every brand is a freaking $1 million company and can afford to, drop however much money it is to sponsor an entire episode. Instead, they can just sponsor just Win of the Week, or they can sponsor just Joey's Top 3. So super excited for that. Yeah, I'm stoked for that one, man.
Yes, sir.
So should we get into today's episode?
Let's do it.
Episode 88 going down right now. What up, OGs? I'm here with the man himself, Joey Allen.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, brother? So it's episode 88 going down right now. Another phenomenal episode in the books. I'm super excited for this one. Today's guest is music artist, one half of Bright Purple, violinist, and model, K.utie.
Hey, how you guys doing?
So glad to have you on the show, K.utie. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm feeling good today. Yeah.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
This connection was episode 85. We had the man Jeremy Ryan on here, which is the other half of Bright Purple.
Yep.
Absolute honor to have you on the show, like I said.
No, thank you guys for having me. I'm feeling good to be here today. You guys are amazing, so yeah.
You are a woman of many facets.
Yes.
So many things to talk about today. First thing, I just want to kind of paint the picture for the audience and just kind of tell them a little bit more about yourself. How did you get into just creating music? Because you do so many different things when it comes to music. At what age did you kind of discover that this is what you were so passionate about?
So I've been doing music for a very long time. I've always been involved with arts and whatnot. Like I grew up in the church, so we did choir. I was in the dance team, all that shit. So I've just always been a part of the music community. And then I started playing violin at the age of 4.
Oh my God.
So I've been playing violin for a
Are
long
you good
time.
at it?
Yeah, I'm really good at it.
That's crazy.
I'm actually going to be playing it real soon in my next performance. So
do you play often? Like, is it something you just break out and start playing the violin?
Yes, I do. I play around the house more often than most. I do it in songs as well. So yeah, I'll be having more violin stuff coming out for you guys.
I was going to say, I feel like you have the violin kind of feature in a lot of your music that you put out now anyway.
Yes, for sure.
It's super dope.
I did these Queen affirmations, the acapella songs that I released, Queen affirmations, Princess affirmations, and Goddess affirmations, and I featured my violin on all 3 of them. So
nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. Is there any like specific inspirations you take away from like specifically violinists? Is there anyone that you kind of look up to in that space?
There's this one violinist named Lindsay. She does amazing. She did the song called Crystallize, and that was one of the most amazing songs that shaped me and my violin career. She's amazing. There's also these 2 black male violinists. It's called Black Violin. They're amazing as well. I saw them in concert when they came in Jacksonville. But yeah, they really inspire me as well. So
that's awesome. Did you ever want to get into any other musical instruments?
Yes. So I want to learn how to play the harp. Like
really?
It's a beautiful
That's the big
instrument.
one, ain't it?
Yeah, it's the one you can do
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I've always wanted to. There's so many strings on there though, so I feel like I would have to memorize a lot, but I definitely want to learn it. And guitar, acoustic guitar. I want to incorporate that in my performances.
That's awesome. Is reading music the same way when it's either the harp or violin or guitar or whatever? Is it like the same process of reading the music?
Basically, but it's just different clefs. Like you have bass clef, treble clef, alto clef. They all use the same notes, but they're just in different registers.
I wanted to ask about the violin. The stick thing?
Yeah.
Is that like horsehair? What is that?
Yes, it actually is.
It is horsehair?
Yes.
Wow, I can't believe I got that right.
Yeah,
Is it really?
Yeah, it's horsehair.
Good shit, bro.
Appreciate you. I swear that was like 80% a guess.
Oh my God.
It's all just horsehair and fiberglass.
Really?
Wow,
Yes.
that's awesome.
And it just rubs on the string and makes that beautiful sound.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is a beautiful sound.
I mean, sometimes it's not that beautiful, especially when you're just learning. So.
Okay, one more question about the violin. When it like screeches, are they pressing too hard?
Yes, they're pressing too hard and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But
Me, okay.
No facts.
Because it always screeches when I'm doing it.
No, that's got to be like a mission learning how to play the violin. I can only imagine.
That's why you start off pretty young so that you can memorize the notes, because you don't really have any frets or anything to, visually see. So you have to memorize where the notes are and the finger positions and all that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then at what point did you discover that you had such an amazing voice?
So I've always been singing like my entire life. I grew up in the church, so I did choir and all that stuff. I always prided myself in being one of the highest sopranos in the soprano section or whatever.
That's awesome.
But, so I've been singing my entire life. My family is musically inclined as well. My dad, he played bass guitar, piano. He played drums a little bit too. My mom, she actually played violin as well in high school. And my sister, she sings and she played saxophone for a little bit. So.
Oh my God. I love the saxophone.
Yeah. I love you say
I love the saxophone.
I love a saxophone.
I don't know what it is.
Anything bluesy or raspy, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome. So you've kind of always been surrounded by, musically inclined people.
Yes, for sure.
Do you think that kind of paved a way for you to kind of follow this dream that you have now?
Absolutely. My mom was actually the one who got me into violin. She was like, I love violin. I played it in high school. I just feel like that would be something that you would be amazing at. And as soon as I got a violin in my hand, it was just off from there. I love it. It's my first love, honestly.
Would you ever like to be a part of like a group, or maybe like, I don't want to say a band.
Symphony?
I guess.
Yes. So I actually went to Douglas Anderson and La Villa School of the Arts. So I was in orchestra. And that was honestly the most amazing experience for me. Just being surrounded by all these different instruments and hearing the different sounds around you is just an amazing feeling. So,
Are you still playing violin a lot to this day?
Yeah, actually, yes, I am. I'm going to be playing it on the 25th too. So
live performance.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm very excited for that. That's going to be super dope. Let's jump into the music side. So, you go by, correct me if I'm wrong, K.utie.
Yes, correct. Cutie.
Why is it like that?
So I have a habit of just misspelling things, just to be different. Yes, like Purpel. But I just thought it would be different. The K stands for my first name, which is Kaylin, Kaylin, and then the cutie part is just because I just think I'm a pretty cute girl. So
hell yeah,
and the dot is there to be extra. So yeah,
no, I like it. It definitely makes you stand out for sure, and it's in just it's one of those things. Like I think we were even talking about it on episode 85. It's so difficult nowadays to stand out, and you always, especially with just trying to find like a social media handle or whatever it is. Sometimes the name almost chooses you. You know what I mean? You're just kind of trying to figure out like what fits best for myself, and no, I love it. I think that it fits you very well, and the way that you spell it kind of has that like mysterious aspect to it, to where you see it and you're like, oh damn, I wonder if there is kind of like a hidden meaning behind this or whatever. But no, shout out to you. I believe it's 2,200 was it 2,200 Spotify listeners? So tons of loyal listeners out there. I'm sure you're number one artist for a ton of people. And shout out to you. I know it's a super difficult thing to do, and a ton of the music you've been putting out recently have been going crazy.
The videos too.
The videos.
Yeah.
Don't even get us started on the videos. And I'm sure you work with a lot of the same people as Jeremy and Ryan, but let's jump right into it. The trance video.
That shit is trippy.
Super fire video. Very trippy, 100%. Tell me a little bit about that process. How did you come up with the video for that song?
So I actually worked with Kyle, a.k.a. Wade Saylor. He's amazing. Shout out to him. So we actually came up with the idea to make it a little bit more trippy. He came up with more of the editing process. It was his first time using a green screen. So when he put that together, it was just absolutely amazing. I didn't have too much input on it other than the outfits and the hair design and all that stuff, but he really put it together for me.
Where was it all recorded? Like, was it all in a room?
Yeah, that's all in one room.
That's so
and
insane.
He just edited all himself.
Wow.
So, it's insane. Yeah, I could not imagine, it's a very trippy
You got to put the video, right here and just show them, how it's you would never think you're just recording that in one
No,
room.
100%. You would never think that. And even with, the different outfit changes and just, There's even a scene where I think it's you and Jeremy are like fighting each other or something. I'm like, this is so lit, bro.
That was actually really fun. Shout out to Jerry Ryan for almost breaking his back for me in that scene, because there was a scene I had to flip him and he landed on his back. We didn't have any matting or anything. It was just a wooden floor.
Oh my God.
Shout out to him. He really
went
Jeremy.
Legendary. That is so funny. And another one that's kind of popped back up was Queen Affirmations.
Yes.
I don't know if you have a video for that one or anything, but that song is such a great song.
Thank you.
And I feel like that song really, you can really hear how great of a voice you have in that song. You know what I mean? You really flex your muscles in that one for sure. And there was actually a few remixes that got dropped as well.
Yes.
And that was like only a few weeks ago or maybe a few days ago that one dropped. And that's the SF Day and the SF Night remix.
Yes. Satellite Frank, he did the remixes for those. He actually reached out to me. He was like, hey, I have a few songs that I want to do remixes of yours. So like, just send me the stuff over and I'll do it for you. And I was like, absolutely, because he's amazing at remixes as well. So it was a really fun process to do that with him, for sure.
Cool, like something you could kind of like bop during the day. It's like there's not as much. He kind of takes a lot of the lyrics out of it and just kind of like uses the parts where you're harmonizing and doing different things and just like makes it a super dope mix. So big fan of that for sure. Yeah. Shout out to you. I mean, your voice is absolutely fucking incredible.
Thank you.
Have you always been kind of working on perfecting that like sound that you have?
Yes. I kind of just do whatever I feel like in the moment. I don't like to box myself into any like genre or category or anything. I just do weird stuff with my voice. Like even with the La La song at the end of it, I did some scatting. Yeah. I did the all that stuff. Like I just like trying new stuff. Yeah. I don't ever really like plan my stuff out to the T or anything like that.
I know you said you don't like putting yourself in a category, but what would you say that other people like say that you sing?
Mostly R&B.
Yeah.
I would definitely see that more, but
is there any other genre that you would want to venture into?
Yeah, that's very interesting because I'm kind of working on something. I don't know if I should say it right now.
You could.
I could. So I'm venturing into my like pop punk era.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's sweet.
So let's go. I'm not going to say too much about it. But
yeah, just a little teaser for the fans out there. I love that. For sure, I was going to say a little bit of pop in there with some of the songs. Like Lala, you mentioned that one. Such a great song. We talked about that in episode 85 too. It's like just... I'm still bumping that song. It's just such a bop, and your voice really makes that song. Where you're just in there. It's like the repetitive la 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 la. Like it's just I fucking love it.
It's catchy.
It's very catchy, but also just one of those songs where it's like what kind of category is that song? You know what I mean? Like that's just it's its own. It's
just
thing,
good music.
Just good music for sure.
Yeah, like a fusion pop funk-ish. Type vibe, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Did you ever take like singing classes or anything like that?
Actually,
all self-taught.
Yeah, pretty much. I just grew up in the church, and we were always singing there, so kind of
just working off your peers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Has your voice changed a lot, like as you've grown up and gotten older?
I would say so. I think I have more of a range now. I used to be more just like a soprano, high tone, but I think I can do lower as well. So. I guess with my range, that's the pretty much the only thing that's changed, and it's more polished now. I can hold notes longer. And,
what's lower than a soprano? Like a tenor?
A tenor. There's soprano, alto, tenor, bass, baritone.
I was a baritone in chorus.
Oh,
in
really?
Middle school chorus, I was a baritone.
I need to hear that.
No.
So does that mean that you got like the super deep voice?
Yeah. Super deep.
Oh my gosh, that's fun.
I think they were like just trying to make me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt good about myself. I was like, yeah, I'm in the baritone.
And you were singing?
No.
Well, what were you doing?
Like I did my like la la la. They're like, yeah, you're a baritone. I'm like, yeah, I am.
I'm just impressed with you didn't even know these terms. I'm over here.
I went to middle school chorus.
Baritone,
I went to middle school chorus.
You okay
for 2 years,
brother?
Shit.
We need to have you on the OG Sessions pod.
Hell no.
We need to have you on a song.
100%.
My voice cracked, so it ain't gonna be good.
That's awesome. What kind of new projects are you working on to kind of expand your catalog a little bit?
So I actually have a song coming out on the 23rd with Mecca the Marvelous as a producer. He's an amazing producer, so I have something coming out that's called Purple Freakum Dress, and it'll be on all streaming platforms. It's more of like a funk.
Purple
pop
Freakum
R&B.
Dress?
Yes, Purple Freakum Dress.
Does it have anything to do with bright? Okay, that's crazy.
Just because I like to misspell things, of course, but yeah.
Is there any like correlates to Bright Purple with that song or no?
No, I just like purple, and I like spelling it wrong. So yeah,
Nice.
I love it. You've kind of put your own little staple.
Yeah.
On that, you know what I mean. Now, anytime she says purple or puts purple in anything, it's got to be that EL.
It's Purpel.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really dope.
Yeah, I like it.
And you know, we did briefly mention that you're part of Bright Purple, obviously. Were you kind of the brains behind that? Did you kind of come up with the Bright Purple concept?
Yeah, basically. So we spent some time before going back into work, and it was like 3 days that we made that whole project.
No way.
Yes, 3 days. We started with one song, and we're like, we need to keep going with this because we got something going here for real. And then we got to Lala, and we were like, yeah, we got to keep going for real.
Yeah.
And then we were like, yeah, let's just make this a group thing. And I was like, absolutely. I came up with the name mostly and the name of the project. But yeah, I kind of.
When you say 3 days for the project, like you came up with those songs, recorded, and put it all together in 3 days?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That is incredible. Yeah. Like, and they sound so polished and so. I mean, it would take me a fucking year to make one song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never even imagine.
I still got to learn how to sing.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that is incredible. And I mean, you listen to it, it sounds like you guys have been working on that project for months and months and months. That is just insane. I can't believe it only took you 3 days. Yeah. Is there anything new coming for Bright Purple?
I think we do have something new coming, but I'm not going to speak on it right now. We'll just let it come out when it comes.
You already dropped some free games, so I guess.
Yeah, 100%. We'll let it slide. And you and Jeremy are always working so closely together, and like you never know when you're featuring on some of his stuff or he's featuring on some of your stuff, and I just love it. You guys as a combination, it's just.
And it only takes 3 days to drop a project, so I mean we could have a new project by next week.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, we did that in 3 days, but we didn't release until like a year afterwards. Like we held on to it for a long time. We just wanted to make sure that it was like. We promoted it well. We had videos for it, everything together.
Were you still working on it while you were holding it, or was it literally just sitting there?
It was done. That's
crazy.
We were just working on photo shoots and stuff to promote it before we always want to make sure that our drops are
big.
Very big. We have a promotion plan behind it and whatnot. So
how important is that?
Very important. You want to be able to drop visuals with things because it changes the aspect of the song. Like you listen to the song, you're like, okay, that was cool or whatever. But when you see visuals with it, you're like, whoa, this is actually really dope.
It's more of a story.
Yeah, for sure.
And it paints a picture of what you actually like have in mind for the song. Like your vision for creating that song whenever you made it, you kind of want to display that for the. Because not everyone's going to know what's going on inside your head when you're making that song. Everyone's going to kind of hear a song and kind of think of different things that apply to them whenever they hear it. But for that one, especially with the Lala video, I mean, full production. It looks like a fucking movie whenever you did that. Was that kind of part of the rollout plan? Did you guys know that Lala was kind of your banger in there?
For sure. Yeah. We knew that was going to be the one. That was the single on the project for sure.
And you dropped a song as well just called Purpel, but it's,
Yes.
I keep saying
yes,
Purpel.
that was
I keep
Bright
saying
Purple
Purpel
as
too,
well. Bright Purple with Culture School. We dropped that song on his project.
Was that the one that's got like the PlayStation like style?
Yeah.
I love that cover. I think, and you guys do a lot of cool stuff like that. Like where a lot of your covers, it's like these super dope, like artistic.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love the way y'all did that. And as soon as I clicked on it, I was like, this is probably the coolest fucking cover I've ever seen. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's like a PlayStation. It looks just like, it's like the PlayStation font and everything. And it's like, takes me back.
You can put it right here on the screen.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to pop it up right here.
Honestly, but Culture School, he's really into retro gaming and stuff like that. So that was all his idea.
Culture School is kind of a sleeper in this game. I'm not even going to lie. Like Culture School has been brought up quite a bit since we've started season 2 of this podcast. And shout out to him. Everything that he kind of does is A1 for sure.
Yes, for sure. Amazing producer.
Is he one of your favorite producers to work with?
Oh, absolutely. He makes amazing beats. I haven't had too many projects with him, but we're going to work on more. So,
who is some of your favorite people in the city to work with?
Of course, Jeremy Ryan.
He's all right.
He's cool or whatever.
He's cool, whatever. Like, all right.
But I love working with him. I work with Mecca, Dev Died Alone. He's amazing as well. He just released a project, and I'm on it with him as well. We did a song called Lil Baby, and I was actually rapping on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that song goes hard as well.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Who else do I love working with? We have A-Tone Beats. He's amazing. And then I also have Bluff God. He's an amazing beat producer as well.
I've seen him as well.
Yeah, he's been supporting a lot lately.
He shows a lot of love to the podcast. Shout out Bluff God, man.
For
sure.
God.
He's amazing, for sure.
Is it tough kind of picking a producer to work with, someone that kind of has that same vision as you and kind of puts out that same high quality project that, or I guess, is capable of putting out like a high quality project like what you're used to doing?
Definitely. I think just connecting with people, like I met a lot of these producers working with Jeremy Ryan because he works with so many people throughout the city. So just finding those people and creating those relationships is really hard, for sure, especially as a female. A lot of females it's hard for them to go out and find beat producers because I don't know, there's a lot of creeps out here for sure.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
For sure. But you got to find those people and make those relationships, and it goes on from there.
How do you go about getting a beat? Like, do you ask for beats, or are they always sending you beats? And then, like, if you kind of like something, do you send it back and say, like, change the 808 on this or something? Or like,
it really depends on the relationship. If I know somebody who makes amazing beats, but I've never worked with them before, I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, I love your beats. Can you send me something or something like that? And of course I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for you for that. Cause I pay everybody that I work with. I'm gonna make sure that you guys are taken care of. But, if you have that relationship, people will just send you stuff as well.
Right.
Like, hey, I want you on this beat. Stuff like that.
That's cool.
Do you think we're lacking, like, as a city in any specific area? Because I know that obviously Jacksonville, even though we're such a big city, we're kind of considered like a smaller market for the music industry and whatnot. Do you feel like there's places where you kind of have to like reach out to people in Atlanta or in Memphis or whatever it is to kind of like find the exact beat or the exact producer, whatever it is that you're looking for?
I would say opportunity for live performance, for sure. I think that we don't have many live opportunities for independent artists here. As you can see, a lot of our venues are shutting down as well. It's making it harder for people to do stuff like that. So I would say that. And that's basically it. We have studios here, so you can go and record anywhere you want to. There's plenty of beat makers as well. You can just reach out to them. But I would just say performance.
Yeah. Do you have an at-home studio, or for you, do you like to go to someone's studio that they have already set up?
So I'm working on an at-home studio, but for right now, I'm working with Jeremy Ryan. He's an engineer for him and me and Dev Died Alone. So working with him right now. So
that's perfect. And I definitely agree with what you're saying with the live show aspect, because like you said, venues shutting down, but then also it's like whenever there is kind of like a big festival or something that's going on in the city, it's kind of like
outsourcing.
Yeah, like a ton of people that are coming into the city from other places, and I'm like, there's so much talent in the city. Like, just go through the fucking OG Sessions catalog and see like every other guest we've had on here is just an incredible music artist, including yourself. And I'm super excited about the performance you have coming up, which is Winterland 6, I believe.
Yes.
So how did you get tied up with this?
So there's this group called Kairos Creature Club. I've definitely worked with them quite a few times in Underwire. So they've invited me out to perform quite a few times. So they came to me and said, hey, we have Winterland coming up. Come on out and perform. So
that's awesome. Are you picky over what kind of performances you're going to go do, or do you just enjoy it so much you're like, I'll perform anywhere, anytime?
I definitely am picky about where I perform. Just because like I've done so many different performances around the city now, I'm like, I don't want to just do this and that. Like you gotta know your worth. Yeah, for sure. But yeah,
was there ever an event that you went to that like it just didn't go well? Not necessarily because you didn't feel it, or like the crowd or something like that.
That's the thing. I try to get myself into events where I know the crowd is going to enjoy it. Like I'm not going to go to a completely like drill rap scene type thing and then go up there and perform love songs. Right. Like I'm not going to do that type of thing. So I think all the performances that I've ever done have been really good energy.
That's good.
No, for sure. And I just seeing some of the clips of stuff where you're performing live, or you don't have like the opportunity to kind of master this over. It's like your voice just in person is fucking incredible. Me and Joey are going to definitely try to go to that event, because it's not just you, but there's also a couple other artists that have been on the pod as well that we want to go see perform live, and I'm very excited for it. Would you ever consider like going to, you know, you see so many artists, it's like they take off and go to Atlanta and just like spend a couple years in Atlanta just to like build up their following or build up whatever it is, or just kind of like get that spark that they needed to get their music seen and whatnot. Do you ever have those kind of thoughts or consider doing that?
I would go to Atlanta to perform and whatnot, but I don't think I would move there.
Yeah.
It's way too much going on there. It's like a melting pot. People are like, yeah, please don't come here.
It's kind of getting saturated too. Like so many people are up there to making music, and the competition is so high.
Yeah,
At least down here, it's like, you know, you're kind of like the top dog in Jacksonville right now, which is super dope.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think definitely if there's anyone out there that's putting together festivals or whatever it is, like bring that shit to Jacksonville and don't bring a headliner. You know what I mean? Like pick some people that are here that are making shit happen.
The talent is here. It really is. And I get upset every time that is overshadowed, because I know so many other artists who need those opportunities as well. So
why do you think Jacksonville doesn't grow as fast as they should as a music community? Because there are so many people with talent, and why aren't we like Atlanta? Like why aren't we like these other big cities that have all these producers and stuff?
Honestly, I don't think a lot of the celebrities want to come here because they don't ever come here. We don't ever have these like really huge concerts or anything like that. They just kind of skip over Jacksonville. I don't know. It might be because it's scary here sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Duval ain't too bad.
But every time someone visits here, they're like, I don't know about Duval. Yeah. Them people crazy. But.
That's the thing. It's the people, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like the atmosphere is dope. Like we have an okay little downtown, and like there's different aspects of it. The beach, we're right near the ocean and everything. But true,
you brought up downtown.
But you know, just with like with them tearing down the landing, like that area is great for a festival, I think, you know, and they've done a couple things out there, but we really need to get something going where it's a real music festival and we get like a ton of dope artists that are actually in the city, homegrown. And also, I mean, imagine the type of crowds that would come out for a live performance just featuring people in the city. I mean, Love Culture alone pulls in a shit ton of people whenever they do a live performance and things like that. And, you know, I think I can see you working with a ton of local artists that are in the city as well. A lot of people with great voices, but also a lot of people that you're just so versatile, right? Like you mentioned, you know, in one of the songs that you were rapping as well. What do you think is your range for that versatility? Like, can you do anything? Do you think you could do a country song if you wanted to?
I feel like I can do anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I
too.
can do a country song, especially like hearing Beyonce did her song.
I know, I saw that.
That was kind of cool.
So good. I loved it.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah. It just kind of opened the doors for especially like more Black artists to like try new genres and do different things. So I would definitely do that for sure.
What artists do you draw most of your inspiration from? Like big time artists?
Of course, Beyonce, the queen.
The queen.
I grew up listening to a lot of like Sierra, and I liked all the girls who sing and dance. Like Cassie, I loved her as well. I also got into a lot of Christian music when I was growing up too, because I grew up in the church. So like choirs, Yolanda Adams, stuff like that. So they all kind of shaped my voice and my sound, basically.
They can hit those like high notes and things like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever put out a song that you expected to do way better, but it didn't really get the numbers that you were expecting?
Yes, I feel like every artist does that.
Yeah. Because
we always have this song that we love, but we put it out and people are like, that's not our favorite.
Is there one that specifically comes to mind for you?
Yes. Actually, it was Wrexham on my latest album, Trance. I thought that was going to be the one. And people like it, they do, but it just wasn't the favorite.
Yeah.
For sure.
What went into making that song for you?
It was just a rager beat. So I was like, let me go off a little bit, you know, talk my shit or whatever. But it was fun to do, but I just thought it would be a lot better than expected. But
your fans were like, nah, let's keep it the other way.
They were like, it's cool, I like it, but sing.
Yeah.
And
for sure. And I mean, but it's like you hit those notes so well. So it's, I mean, you can't blame anyone for like just wanting to hear, you know, what you're so good at. Yeah. And, but it is also great to have that range, right? You know what I mean? Just being able to do anything, and also being able to like put out something like that just so people can, there are people out there that probably could care less about hearing just like you singing all the time. And they'd rather just hear, you know, your range with like you done that song where it's kind of a little bit more ragey, something to turn out before the club or whatever. Yeah. How important, or I guess, how much does your mood play into what kind of song it is when it comes out. Like if you get a beat and you're not kind of like, you know, and you're like in a phase of your life where like, I'm making hype shit. You know what I mean? Does that ever play a role?
Definitely. Shout out to Jeremy Ryan because he's always going to tell me the truth. There was this one song I was going through a tough time at the time. I was like a little depressed. I got in the booth and I did the song. He was like, yeah, that ain't it. It's so sad. Like, please go back and write to it and come back and like, you know, redo it. And I did it and it became a really good song. So I appreciate it, but I definitely go off moods for sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
What is your creative process like when you're in the, when you're in the studio and you are creating music? What kind of goes into it for you? Do you ever like to maybe smoke one down real quick before you record? Do you like to, you know, throw a few drinks in? Do you like to just kind of be in the studio by yourself and not really have any outside noise, like giving you any input? Do you like to be in the studio with a whole fucking group of people so that you can kind of hear everybody's input? How does it go for you?
So when it comes to creating a song, I like to hear the beat first. As soon as I hear the beat, I'm like, okay, I can create a hook from there. But when I start writing, I like to smoke for sure.
As we all do.
Yeah. I don't do drinks before I record. I feel like I start slurring and stuff, and that's not going to be cute. And I definitely don't like a lot of people being in the studio when I'm doing it either, because I feel like it's just too many eyes on me at one, you know.
Yeah.
Just like, leave me alone, let me do my thing, you know. But yeah.
Save all the eyes for whenever it's a live performance.
Yeah.
Winterland 6 coming up. That's 25th, you said?
Yeah, it's 25th.
25th. Let's fucking go. That's going to be really cool. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was amazing. It was nice. So our anniversary was actually Valentine's Day weekend. It was on the 11th, so we did all of our stuff then. We had a nice little time. We had our movie night. We had dinner.
What movie did you guys watch?
What did we see at the movies? It was The Beekeeper. It was so good. Really
Was it?
good. Yes.
I saw the Bob Marley movie.
How was it?
It was so good. And I didn't know how ignorant I was on that whole situation, but I feel great knowing and like being informed on how everything went.
I want to see that, bro.
It's great. You will. It's like a big realization. Like I didn't even like. I've heard of like Rasta and shit like that, but I didn't understand like Rasta is like a whole religion. No, I had no clue. I didn't know that, and I feel so much better knowing.
I didn't
what
know
it
that
is
either. Yeah,
it's like a spiritual thing with like weed, I believe, right?
No, it's they believe it's like the higher Siley or something like that. Like it's like they believe in a god or like a person, and they like praise Rasta or something like that.
Yeah, but it does have to do with weed. I will.
Yeah, they definitely smoke weed. Everybody smokes weed.
For sure.
No, that seemed like a really good movie. I'm jealous you got to see that, bro. Because I
didn't even know Bob Marley was mixed. I thought it was just a black man.
Really?
I don't know. I don't really look at it like that. I just thought he was a black man, and then he's got a black dad that walked out on him.
I need to watch this movie.
It's a great movie. Like I didn't know all these things about Bob Marley. I feel so informed.
Was
now.
the actor related to Bob? Was
Ziggy Marley? It was his son.
Ziggy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's
so cool.
That's really dope.
It's a great
to
movie.
play your father. In
It's got to be a
is
great
amazing.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, the pressure too has got to be insane
Yeah.
for something like that because you want to paint their picture in like the best light possible, right? You know what I mean? And just a guy like Bob, I mean, such a fucking icon, dude. Like, we got to rewatch that movie.
I will watch that shit 20 times. I don't
Movie
care.
night coming up soon, bro. That should be super because I've seen all the trailers and shit for it. I want to see it so
It's
bad.
good.
Yeah. And watch The Beekeeper. It was really good. Super good.
And the reason I was asking about Valentine's Day is because like I feel like that's kind of like the cutie holiday. You know what I mean? With all the music you put out, it's like a lot of love songs, a lot of just great music where you're really flexing your muscles with your voice and everything. And it's like, I mean, I know for sure I was turning on a couple of her songs whenever it was Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get in the mood, right?
You and the missus, throw on some cutie and have a good night.
100%. What's one thing that, you know, you kind of do outside of music that not a lot of fans would expect?
What do I do outside of music? I just be working, honestly.
You like fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually do like fishing. I go fishing with my dad. I go fishing with my dad sometimes. Like he loves going fishing with the family, so we'll go out with him early in the morning. Some
I love
days.
that.
Yeah. What else do I like? I like going bike riding, doing stuff. I like being outside.
I love it.
Honestly, yeah.
Do you is spending time with your family, is that kind of, does that help your creative, you know, like just your creative mind a little bit in general? Just because you mentioned everyone else in your family, it's like they kind of got their own things that they do as well with like the violin and everyone that plays their own music. And then you said, you know, your dad did a lot of music and stuff like that when you were growing up. Do you feel like hanging around them, you kind of gain or pull some inspiration and kind of, you know, take some notes from them?
For sure, especially because family time is super important in my family. huge family. We get together and do family reunions every 4 years in different states and whatnot. So definitely pulled in a lot of inspiration from them for my music and like the love aspect of it, because it's just such a loving atmosphere when I'm with them as well.
Yeah. I love that. And, there's so many things about you like that.
Sorry. I was just really, I love that.
I mean, it's just so nice.
I felt it.
No, it's super dope. Everything that you're doing is just like, I mean, hats off to you. Like, seriously, it's super cool just seeing your journey and kind of like how you are able to really, your range is fucking incredible. And, I forget which album cover it was, but the one where you're kind of like levitating like over all the people or whatever.
Yeah, trance.
That whole vibe, like just from obviously the video, we mentioned that, but just the cover of it, those dope ass glasses that you were wearing on the fucking, I mean, it's just so cool. Like, I just love that energy, and you can tell that you put a lot of time into your, creating everything and then putting it out in a very high quality manner and just perfecting your craft,
Thanks. It's funny that you mentioned that, because the cover for Trance, I actually sent a little edited version over to the guy who did the cover art for me, and I used a picture of like Jesus.
No way.
I used a picture of Jesus. He was like going like this. I was like, I want myself to be like this, but like,
but not Jesus.
But not Jesus, but like me, not to be like,
that is so
like
cool.
anyone of the Christians or anything like that, but that's what my reference was.
Yeah. That was awesome. I was kind of getting like just with the outfit and everything, I was getting Mrs. Incredible vibes. I mean, just like super futuristic, like superhero. Yeah. Like, I fucking love it. It was a really good vibe. I think you crushed it with that for sure.
Thanks.
And then we mentioned before we got started, we were talking about you model as well. When did you get into that lane?
So I recently got into modeling, probably when I started releasing music in 2019, because I knew I had to keep my social medias up to date as well. But I actually really enjoy modeling. Anytime I'm in front of the camera, I'm just ready.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy it. I work with a lot of amazing photographers here in this city, like Rockism. He's amazing. Who else? Soulful Flicks. He did.
I know him. That's my homeboy. That's crazy.
He did a few of my photo shoots.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Like the Purpel one, he did that one. He did the one with the pink full outfit, the nails and the hair. He's really amazing as well.
Shout out to him.
Do you have a lot of the creative direction whenever you're doing these photo shoots? Because you can tell it's like all of them kind of have that same energy. You know what I mean? Like really cool angles, like a lot of close-ups, which are really dope. I also love the one, I think you ended up using it as your profile picture, where it's like kind of got like that green tint to it.
The green,
things like that.
yeah.
Oh, that shit's fire.
We actually did that for a Bright Purple shoot. We did all the colors because our album was called Colors, so we just did photo shoots with different colors, and green was one of them. And we did that one with Rockism.
It's just so cool. And like with the ski goggles or whatever it is, she goes so hard. It's like, and you can really, you really pull off like any look, whenever you're kind of like dropping a project, or it's like, Valentine's Day or whatever it is, it's like you're posting these things and I'm like, it's so high quality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You gotta love an artist that can just have that versatility, but also put out like such high quality content at such a consistent rate. How important would you say being consistent is in this game?
Very consistent. You got to keep up with your competition as well, because people are always posting and making content as well, and you will easily get overshadowed by those people as well. But for me, I know that it's a lot with budget as well. So
as it is with all of us, trust me.
Yeah. So when I can't go to a photographer or whatnot, I do it myself.
Yeah.
Like I'll put a little white screen in the back, like that Valentine's Day picture. I did that myself.
No way.
Yeah, I had a white little sheet behind me. I just did little things and I edited. And yeah.
You also posted a video, just while we're on the content side, you posted a video in front of the Jag Stadium, like right in front of the notorious statue of the Jaguar in front of Everbank Field. And like, what a great video of you just, was it the national anthem? Mm-hmm. I mean, just like your voice is just incredible for that. I mean, if anyone from the fucking Jags is listening to this, like, please. Hit a girl up for real, because that performance was super dope. And, just with you being hometown hero, like always being in Jacksonville and everything like that, that'd be such a cool collab to do one day.
Sure. Yeah.
You've also performed at Daly's Place a couple times.
Yes, I did.
Was one of those for a game? Am I correct?
Yeah, both of them were for a game. We did one for the last season, which was Cowboys versus Jags, and that was an incredible game, by the way. We came back from 24.
That was that was a final season. We won that last game. Last play of the game, wasn't it?
It was Rashad Jennings came through and
picked the bitch on.
Yeah,
that was insane. Yeah. But we did that game, and then we did the 49ers and Jags in this recent.
That's a great crowd to perform for too, because it's going to be a lot of out of state people. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're going to have your Duval locals and whatnot. Yes. But yeah, just looking at the clips from that, it was like, damn, even with a Jags game going on right next, for the people that aren't familiar with Jacksonville, Daly's Place is like a concert venue that's basically in the stadium. It's like right outside of it along the edge. And it's like, it's cool that they'll do things like that on game day where
people are already there.
But like before, pregame, you can go turn up to like Bright Purple and fucking K.utie. I think that's just so dope. Do you, obviously with a lot of the music that you're creating, if you're going to perform it live, you almost need like 5 or 6 other people there with you to not necessarily like have that same, but like, just to play the instruments and shit and make the sounds happen. Sure. Are you particular over what kind of people you have on your team and what kind of people you like to work with in those settings?
Absolutely. I like working with people who like to practice because practice is very important. You got to be able to get up there on stage and, do what you practice for sure. And also working with people who have like the same dedication with music. I don't ever want to work with somebody who's just like, oh, this is nothing, like
100%,
people who actually have the same dedication.
That hunger, that drive. Yeah, for sure. You want somebody that's in there like grinding as hard as you are for that shit. Do you still get nerves whenever it comes time for you to do a live performance or for you to get up in front of people?
Not so much anymore, but I would say like 2 years ago for sure.
Yeah, because you strike me as like such a confident person, especially when you see the videos of you performing live or just when you hear your music in general. It's like you own that shit, And I feel like if you are going to be a successful music artist or just a liked music artist in general, you almost have to have that aspect, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Confidence is key.
You got to be able to get up there and own the stage for sure, and get the crowd going. Yeah.
What's new for K.utie? What can we expect in the future?
New music, new visuals, more photo shoots, and fashion as well. So,
okay.
I'm digging into the fashion design world. I have a few things planned and it's coming soon. So,
like you're creating your own pieces or whatever, and no way.
That's
and
cool.
Is there already a name picked out or whatever? Because I think I've kind of peeped a little bit.
It's called Customs with a K and a dot.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's so cool.
It's great. It matches.
It does.
I like 100%. To brand it all K dot, know? So.
Yeah. No, and I think that's perfect. I think that branding is everything, right? And then whenever you see the K dot customs, whatever, it's like you're going to immediately know that's K.utie, What kind of made you want to get into that realm?
So I've always been like a fashion girl for sure. Anytime I'm out, I gotta make sure I'm looking fresh.
Yeah.
I was also really into Bratz dolls when I was younger, and their whole thing is passion for fashion. And like literally everything that they wore was just fashionable and super cute. So I've just always been into fashion for sure. But getting into the design portion of it was a bit hard because I'm still like learning how to sew better. But I really enjoy fashion for sure.
It's got to be difficult. Like I haven't seen any of the pieces that you're talking about putting out, but when it comes to like sewing and actually like, so you're crafting these from like scratch essentially.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Yes. And it's got to be. I mean, I can only imagine the time that it takes to not just make them, but like also learn how to make them and. You seem like you're self-taught with most of this shit, so.
Yeah, for sure. I've been sketching a lot, but it's really bringing them to life. That is the hard part, but it's coming together very soon. Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited for that, for sure.
Thanks.
Should we get into Joey's top 3?
Let's do it.
Let's do this shit. So, Joey's top 3, as you remember from Jeremy Ryan's episode, Joey picks a category, and we all have to give our top 3 for it. He did this on accident around episode like 60 or something. And it just kind of turned into its own segment. Time. Now we do it every single time. And I honestly love it. It's one of my favorite segments. And I know it's one of his favorite as well. So hit us, Joey.
Joey's top 3. Today's topic is self-care. Like, what are your top 3 things you do for self-care?
Okay. Starting with me?
Yeah.
All right.
I asked you.
Trust me, the audience don't give a fuck about mine, but I'm still going to say it. We all want to hear yours for sure.
Okay. So sleeping.
Okay.
Retweet.
Yes. I love to sleep. I'll get a nap any time of the day. Weed, for sure. That's
For
a good
sure.
good self-care. Anytime I'm having a bad day, I roll up a joint, smoke it. I feel 10 times better. What's my third one? I would say creating music, honestly.
I was waiting for it. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, when are you going to sing?
I was going to say, I mean, shit, just her creating music is self-care for me, honestly. Like, turn on some good K.utie. I'm like, ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm feeling much better now, you know?
You can't use any of hers, by the way.
Okay, so we got to keep it fresh. Then
Yeah.
you can't use any of mine.
That's fine.
All right, brother. All right, brother. Hey, you don't even know what you said.
All right, I'm going next.
No, too late. So my top 3 for self-care. First one, got to go with gym. Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm feeling down, I'm always, for some reason, just getting in the gym and sweating it out is just a fucking winner for me.
That's a good one.
And we actually talked about a couple of self-care things in the intro too. So that was a really good top 3. So shout out to you, brother.
That's what I do.
You know, we mentioned earlier the ice bath thing, and that's just an honorable mention for me because that shit,
Sheesh.
even though we didn't do it, like just getting in the cold shower for me, it's so uncomfortable when you're in it, but when you get out, you're just like, oh my God, who am I? I'm a
new man.
A new man.
Yeah.
I don't know any of y'all. This is a new person.
All your problems are gone.
For sure. And she used sleeping. I would have fucking sleeping and weed. I'm like, that would have finished on my list.
That's why
right
I said
there.
you can't say any of those because I know those are yours.
It was the exact same list. No, that's a good one. Definitely not making music for me. Shit. You know, I hate to say it, but is a night out with the boys not like the best thing for just like, oh my God, like, or just with your friends in general, just
friends,
like
for sure.
when you can just around good energy and you're around good people, just go out and let loose and have a good time with that. Number 3, I'm gonna go with being in the ocean, surfing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Self-care
That
for
is a
me,
great one.
and it's not just self-care for mental health, because like whenever we're in the ocean, dude, I don't know what it is, but the waves could be so trash. Man,
You're grounded. Like you're literally in the earth.
and you're focused on one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have no outside, like you don't even have your phone on you. So you're literally just out there. Like the only thing you're thinking about is like, is this a possible wave? You know, I'm like just all these things that are
Or you're
coming
just
and
talking to your boys.
just talking with the boys, you know what I'm saying, having a good time. But then also on the backside of the surfing one, skincare, bro. Whenever we're surfing consistently, my skin, or just at the beach in general, like sometimes the waves are trash, we'll just go to the beach and hang out. And it's like, whenever I'm in the sun for long periods of time, I don't know what it is, my skin, bro,
Feels good.
glowing.
Oh my
dude.
God.
I don't know what it
Feels
is.
so good.
Just, and I thought, if, you know, I don't use fucking like, you know, Neutrogena or anything on my face. Like it's just whatever fucking God wants to do with it at that time, you know. And but I'll tell you right now, boy, we in that sun. Ooh, that's all I need when it comes to that. But let's hear your top 3.
My number 1 will probably be fishing, honestly, just because like mine going crazy. You just walk around, fish, catch a fish. It just brings you back. And
Stab
then,
an animal in the mouth with a hook. I could see, yeah. Why
see,
I
but
really,
the thing is, the way I get around that is like I catch them, you know, and then I bring them nicely out of the water. I'm like, thank you for this fun that you brought me.
kiss it.
And let it go.
Put them right back. I don't eat the fish. I don't
And then
cut
go
them
kiss
up. I
his
don't eat them.
girlfriend. So yeah, it's a great process.
Don't say that. But But number 2, shit. Damn, I literally was thinking about this. Oh, cleaning my car.
Wow,
That shit makes me feel
That's
so
different.
good.
wow, that is
Actually,
a
I
good
feel
one.
good after
Like
cleaning my
riding
car,
in a
too.
clean, smell good
Yeah.
car, like not a speck of dirt. I'm on top of the world. You can't touch me.
That actually is a really
good.
good.
And then
That's
number
good.
3, you should know what it is after saying cleaning my car. It's getting a haircut because I do the both. I do both of them on the same day because when I get my haircut and my car's clean, shit,
New man.
you ain't touching me.
You can't fuck with him on that day. No, that's a good top 3. Shout out to that. The haircut one is big too, because like, oh dude, when you got that good fade. Now, I will say though, a bad haircut fucking ruins everything.
That's why I go to the same barber for the last 9 years. I don't get a bad haircut.
Facts. You do have a pretty loyal barber. I'm not gonna lie, and the dude's a fucking legend.
He is.
I don't think he also
Shout
does
out Jeff.
He also does
Appreciate
the
you.
beard too.
He does my beard. Yeah.
Beard ends up looking fresh too,
And he
though.
cuts the Jaguars.
I think for you, sometimes you say that every fucking time.
I mean, it's cool.
He's a celebrity.
I know.
He's a celebrity barber.
See, he got the Jaguars. So Joey's basically on the Jaguars too. You know, if you didn't know, it's like
I am a Jaguar.
he's a Jaguar. No, but he does a good job with the beard. One thing that I always notice, I'm like, damn, the motherfucker trimmed your beard.
That's me too. You know, I gotta maintain.
Facts, straight up. And you got your own. You just got like your own.
I got nice
electric
clippers and
razor.
everything.
Yeah, that boy, ready to go now. A couple things that I wanted to jump into with the music side and things before we wrap this up. What piece of advice would you give to some of these younger artists that look up to you and are like, I just want to be on K.utie's level one day?
Don't hold back. Like any talents or anything that you have that you can show to the world, like just do it for sure. Because you're gonna regret it for sure. Because there's been a long time where I was holding back on my talents as well, like trying to be humble about stuff. But fuck the humble stuff. You gotta show everyone what you got.
Put yourself out there,
and people can see that confidence too. Like so many people like radiate off that. Or like when you're radiating confidence, they almost like take it in. It's like, damn, like actually, I want to, listen to what you're putting out now because you're standing on it so much, And I like what you say about that with just kind of putting it out because you never know who's going to like it, right? Sure. Like we even mentioned, I think we did talk about it in 85 where it's like, in your eyes, you may make something or create something. You're like, damn, I could go harder on this, or maybe it's just not what you've typically put out. And you're like, oh, that's not what my fans are used to. But it's like you never know what about some new fans like that? You know what I mean? And anything that can kind of bring in like those new ears to your.
What if Beyonce likes that song that you don't like?
Exactly.
Like, what if she just so happens to see that one and then like loves it?
Yeah, and everyone has their own niche as well. Like people gravitate to people who can like be versatile and do different things. So don't be afraid to try new genres and things. Yeah, for sure.
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good point. Thank you for that. And I feel like there's so many like ways where you can hurt yourself as a music artist, and just by doing certain things like not having a lot of confidence and just kind of trying to play that humble card where you're like, oh no, I'm just a music artist doing whatever. It's like nobody really wants to get behind that person if we're being honest. I mean, people want to get behind the person where it's like they walk around, they know they're the shit.
Yeah, you got to know it for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And I would you ever like to be at that level of, like we mentioned, Beyonce, like some of these other people where just absolute like superstar status, like you don't got no private life, girl.
Like you're not allowed in public because you'll start.
Is that the goal eventually, like down the road?
Can I do that without not having a public life?
For sure, yeah.
Like I would love people to recognize me for my music and whatnot without having to go outside, having to cover my face and stuff all the time. Yeah. But of course, that's not how it works. So we'll see how it plans out.
Yeah, and you're crushing it. I think at the rate you're going, there's got to be so many people already that are like, oh, that's cutie. But I know for sure, we'll definitely be at that live performance. I'm really excited for that. What can the fans expect from you in the future? Obviously, you mentioned some visuals, some new music, things like that. Any secret projects? You also said that there was some custom clothing on the way, which I'm like, I'm already wanting to see a little sneak peek after we get done recording. I'm like, I might see what we got cooking up there, So yes, customs on the way. I have 2 projects that I'm working on right now, so those should be coming out very soon. More visuals, all of that good stuff, and more live performances. Winterland coming up very soon, so I'm excited. That's gonna be super dope. Where can these people stream your music? Everywhere. You can hit me up on Spotify, Apple, Deezer, if anybody uses that still. We're on there too. I don't know, like, what the fuck even is that? I was like, I got to put the pod on there. I mean, apparently it's like a listening platform, but I was like, I don't even know how to see my analytics or anything with this app. But yeah, shout out Deezer. Shout honestly. Out Deezer. Audio Mac, all Tidal, these random ones. All y'all. No, so all platforms. Yeah. I love that. And then YouTube, obviously, check out those music videos. Don't miss out on that shit. And the fact that you're even putting that shit out for free is fucking dope. I think a lot of these videos, like same with Jeremy Ryan, like a lot of you guys, you put out some of these projects, and I'm like, this shit could be the fucking, displayed at a movie theater or something like that. Would you ever like to get into like those long form kind of videos and stuff like that down the road? Obviously, La La was a kind of a taste of that, I'd say. Yeah, definitely. I would like to get into more of the story aspects of music videos, but I would have to get a team in order to do that because I'm not really good with like story writing and stuff like that. So I'll probably get like somebody like Jeremy Ryan to do that. Wink, wink. Yeah. But yeah. Would you ever like to do a soundtrack for a movie? Yes, I would love to. I feel like that'd be so cool. Yeah. Something like, I don't know, like a love story or something like that. Or Lion King. Yeah, I would definitely do a Lion King. So sick. I would definitely do a Lion King. That'd be so sick. Or just throw some Lion King visuals like over one of her songs. Yeah, that shit would actually be super hard. Can you feel yeah. Hold up the fucking. No, I love it. In K.utie, seriously, shout out to you. Your voice is fucking incredible. It's like one of those things where obviously all the songs you listen to on Spotify and all these things, like everyone that puts out music is polishing it a little bit or doing whatever. But then it's like you see these clips on social media of her, and I'm like, no, that's not fucking like, that's her voice. You know what I mean? And I can only imagine just, you mentioned starting at such a young age. Everyone as a kid can kind of hit those high notes and, you know, make it sound good or whatever. And it's like, but you, I mean, you're just fucking evolved into just such an incredible artist. So shout out to you. Absolute honor to have you on the show and fucking just keep pushing. I love your music. You got 2 big fans of you right here. So if there's anything you ever need from us, please hit us up. But besides that, we love watching your journey and you're absolutely crushing it. Joey, anything else before we get out of here?
Just keep doing your thing. You're doing great and you're going to be great. So keep doing that shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me here. I really love being here with you guys. That's amazing. So yeah.
Thank you. Orange vibe. All
I
orange.
know. I
everything.
love the orange. Not many people.
And we
use
just
orange.
had a fucking some dude commented on
Hating
one of
on
our
your
shows.
slippers.
Hating on my slippers. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if y'all want me to stop with the slippers, drop a comment right here. If you
And
want me to
he
keep them
won't
on,
stop.
I'm never gonna stop. But I just want to
Absolutely not.
know, like, what the fuck, dude? This is like part of the
No,
scene,
you keep
right?
those slippers.
They call them
love
jail
the
slippers. They kind of look like jail slippers a little bit, but
So fucked. So
they're
fucked.
orange, so they're not.
fucked.
They're orange, so they're not.
God, that would let's make them jail slippers, bro. I don't know if you noticed, but jail, they typically wear the all orange outfit. But I mean, they wouldn't give them these dope ass orange slides in jail, right? If so, I'm going to jail because
I
these
don't
things are
think
fucking
so.
fire.
Going to jail. You're so stupid.
No, but seriously, shout out to you. It's an absolute honor to have you on the show. Is there any last message or any final words you want to give to the audience before you get out of here?
Yeah, just check me out on everything. It's K.utie, literally everywhere. Yeah, just keep doing you guys, and I love you guys.
I love how you have such
I'm awkward. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, no, you're incredible. And I love how your name is such a simple, like, if you were to have used Cutie, there's no way anyone will be able to distinguish her between. I mean, I'm sure there's like a million people using the name Cutie out there that are just like, but not just for music, but just anything, It's like such a commonly used word. But the way that you did it, the K.utie, it's just like fucking so
And that's
legendary.
kind of what I do when I go into looking to names. I search it in Google just to make sure no one else has
love
it.
that.
Even
Okay.
like Bright Purple, like when I was searching that, I was like, okay, no one has Bright Purple with the EL, so let's do that.
Yeah. And you got that handle on like most platforms. I was
Yeah.
like, that's so dope.
Yeah.
You guys were able to get that. And on YouTube, it's Cutie's Corner. Am I right?
Yes.
I love that. Is
Corner
that-
with a K.
Yeah, I know, with a K as well. So it's just, hey, keep the branding.
Everything with a K.
Keep
Yeah.
the branding there 100%. You know what I mean? That's what we try to do with the pod too, with just it sometimes gets tough with the OG, trying to throw that in with everything. But, we make it work. It's organic conversation,
Sure.
Organic conversations. OG. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyways, continue.
That was awful. That was awful. Should we
Well,
do
you
that?
said, you said OG and then you said organic conversations.
Well, the OG would be for organic. Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
now you see it? Damn, what the fuck?
Trash idea. I'm going to tell you right
Yeah.
now, we're never doing that.
I'm
Not
gonna
lie,
stop
that one
talking.
flew over my head.
Yeah.
Like-
Clearly,
I know, I
I
was
literally
like-
should not have said a word. Fuck, I'll just stay in my fucking corner.
Joey's Corner.
Joey's
Y'all-
Corner.
Hit the
With a
sad
K,
button. Hit the
with a
sad
K.
button.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're
have to
not
say you're
really
fine
fine.
when you're not.
You can't get into it because they would never understand.
And they'll never understand
All right,
it.
y'all, on that note, absolute fire episode. You guys know the episodes get better every single week. If you guys want to see more content, if you want to see more of Joey fucking up on this podcast, head over to the OG Sessions Patreon, and you can even pay to see this shit. It's amazing. I promise behind that paywall, it gets even shittier. So, no, I absolutely love you, brother. Thank you. And you had a great top 3. I'm going to go ahead and just say right now, best top 3 you've had yet in season 2.
Thank you.
Really good top
good
3.
It was on the fly.
No.
I swear.
No.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the fuck am I going to say? Like,
Brother.
you know I make that shit up.
It's okay because we didn't talk about it beforehand, so I actually had one in my mind too. I
I'm
was like,
surprised
he
you even
doesn't
brought it
have
up. So thank you.
No, a solid top 3,
Appreciate
brother.
you.
And what an incredible episode. As you guys know, the episodes get better every single week. This week was no exception. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you drop that comment and talk about my jail slides. Even if you're roasting the jail slides, man, bring it on. We're ready for it. Shout out Cutie for being on the OG Sessions pod. Absolute honor having you in here, boys. We are out.
Peace.